Hey, have you ever wondered what it would be like to create your own comic book series? Well, follow my journeys because that's what I'm doing. You're watching Making Love with Mr. E. Hey, everybody, thanks again for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about some of my big mistakes. And basically, we're going to talk about what it took to find the right illustrator and colorist for the Captain Luv project. Um, uh, the illustrator we have here, Andrea Bermuda, is not my first illustrator on this project. In fact, I've had two illustrators on the project prior to him. Both of those guys, because of my newbiness to the industry, took advantage of me. There's a lot of dishonest people out there, people who are lazy. They'll just take your money and just keep taking your money until you stop giving it to them. And it's horrible. And I didn't know what I was getting into before I got into it. I've learned some lessons. Hopefully, you can learn from my mistakes. And if you start making your own comics someday, you will have not to follow down the same path that I did. Anyway, so the first person that I had illustrating my book, he was a cool guy. We got along. Um, the problem was he made promises up front, and I made financial commitments based on his promises. He did not deliver on his promises and then expected me to continue with my financial commitment. That was a problem. After 2 months of paying him an exceptional wage to produce what should have been a considerable amount of artwork, I didn't get that from him. I got a lot of artwork. It was not great artwork. It was fair artwork, and it was well. So we got about halfway through the book, and this is when the book was only 52 pages. So we were, what, 25 pages in, and that was in after 3 months of time actually. 2.5 months, 2 months, 3 weeks, whatever you want to say. And I was promised that I would get 3 to 5 completed pages a week, and that would be just pencil and drawn for approval, and then back we would have a colorist go in and do things later. Well, he didn't keep up to it. Obviously, it wasn't. It, I understand now more of what kind of things to expect from an artist as far as timelines and that kind of stuff. And 3 to 5 probably was a bit of aggressive, you know what I mean? That for him. And the thing is, though, I happen to know that he wasn't spending his whole day working on my stuff. He would spend a few hours on my stuff, and most of the day, living off the money that he was getting from me to work on other projects. So basically, I was paying him to work on other people's stuff and then take their money as well, which is not acceptable. He was supposed to be working for me full time, and it did not happen that way. So anyway, long story short, he got booted and did not know how to deal with the half of finished book, and so I was looking for another artist to complete the other half. Somebody recommended a guy. I talked to him. He, fed me a whole line, gave me a quote. It was within my price range. I was like, okay. So I gave him a deposit on that, and he never delivered anything, ever. He showed me a couple of sketches that he had done in pencils, but that was after weeks and weeks and weeks. So yeah, he cost me, a considerable amount of money, and did not get my deposit back. And at that point, I almost killed the project. I was like, okay, you know what? This has cost me a shitload of money. I don't have anything I can use. Then after probably 3 weeks, maybe a month, maybe even longer than that, I got a contact on LinkedIn from the illustrator, this guy here. And he basically asked if I had anything going on, and him and I had some discussions back and forth on how, on what I had gone through and what we would find out to be a fair way to approach things. And we came to a really, really, really fair understanding that works good for both of us. And, it has worked for, over a year now. And you know that the deal basically is that when he finishes a page and he uploads it, he gets paid for it, whether it be 1 page or 10 pages or 20 pages. And that's basically how I have found is a way to work with illustrators. Now, in he doesn't, you know, he's reliable now. I don't have to treat him the same way where it's like I don't trust him to upload stuff to get paid. He's proven himself. We're not on that thing anymore. But when you're first working with an illustrator and you don't know about their integrity level, that is a good way that you're both honest with each other, right? Because he's worse out what, a couple of pages if you don't pay, and you know you're getting the pages before you pay, so everybody wins, right? All right. And I cut the same deal with a colorist. Now, colorist was a little bit more challenging because I had to find a colorist, right? So I basically started looking through the colorist for hire group on Facebook, and you know, there were a lot of colorists in there. If you're looking for a colorist, it's a good place to go look. There's a lot of colorists in there, and I had to find the one that was right for the mood of what we were doing. And I had about 10 or 15 try out, and one guy shined above all the others. And you know, he ended up being a very reliable, very trustworthy kind of guy. And you know, same deal. You know what I mean? As soon as he uploads it, he gets paid. You know, I mean, same. I mean, immediately. I don't even like wait a day or two. I pay him right away. And I think that's worked out for me. And hopefully that advice is useful to you guys somehow, because it was a hassle, and it cost me a lot of money to, you know, learn how to get a situation that worked out like this. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a beautiful day, and don't forget to do all the good stuff. Anyway, take care. So thanks for watching, and if you do me a favor, please like this video and subscribe so that you can come back and hear what's going on. And thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye. Wasted.